I saw this meme. It was like hoes be looking like this after taking a lash break. And it was that one emoji. I'm like, oh, don't clock me now. Don't clock me. See that? See that cheetah print? Glamour. Plus, cutoff culture. Everybody knows what cutoff culture is, right? And if you don't know, a lot of people nowadays just like to cut off their friend because of one bad inconvenience. Like, you don't know how many videos I've seen. It was just like, well, you knew you did that weird thing to me, so now I'm gonna immediately cut you off. And this video isn't to bash anybody who does do that because, who am I to tell another person whether to cut another person off if they did one bad thing? This is just my opinion and my experiences of having friends who just cut you off for no reason instead of communicating to you of why, they feel some type of way. So, and this has to do with being a quote unquote good person and a bad person. Most of the time, I don't really believe in a good person or bad type of person. I really don't. Because I do feel like, even with mean people, I do feel as if they can be more real friends than good people. Because I feel like with good people, I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying. If you don't, okay, cool. Like, it's fine. But with good people, it's just like they try to do good things to persuade other people, like people pleasers. They'll do these things, but it's just like it's not genuine energy when they do those things. They don't really tell you how it is. They're kind of fake. They don't really they care about you, but they don't really care about you that much. They're just trying to please people. And I've met people like that too who are low key kind of fake or who won't tell you what it really is. Now, with a mean type of person or with a kind type of person, I feel like kind is different than a good person. I feel like if you call yourself a good person, it's just like, you really a good person or you just trying to make other people look at you and say, oh my gosh, this is such a good person. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. This is good. Like, which one is it? Because I've met a person like that before where everybody thought, well, people still think or everybody think, okay, you're a good person, but in reality, like they didn't really genuinely like you for real. They were just trying to get the reputation of a good person. I feel like with kind people or mean people, it's just like they tell you how it is. And I have one mean friend. She really she really a sweetheart for real, but she'll tell you how it is real quick. And would you rather the girl, would you rather your lace fucked all the way up? And would you rather the girl who is a good person tell you, no, your lace is fine when you ask them, is my lace okay? And they say, no, 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 it's fine. It's fine. Or would you rather the mean ass bitch tell you your lace is fucked? It's just like I think a lot of people might get a little disrespected or not disrespected or feel some type of way about the delivery, but it's just like she helping you, she helping you for real. I don't respect the person saying it out loud to other people, but I do respect the girl who will tell you in private, girl, your ass do stink, or your lace is lifting. I do respect that type of girl because I mean, they'll always, whether you want to, call it mean or call it like disrespectful. I do think some people can be disrespectful, but I do also think that some people would genuinely try to help you. Because if you don't have friends who don't know how to help you or don't help you at all, then you're gonna be looking like a rat sometimes. You gotta help yourself, And I'm glad I have those friends who will tell me, "Hey, this is fucked. Your earrings are out of place, or your shirt's out of place, or your necklace is not." It's just to say, I kind of don't believe in a good person and bad person because a lot of people on the internet, and I mean a lot of people, will have this ideology of a perfect, unproblematic person. And that, y'all, I just that is just so unrealistic. I don't really lean too much on celebrities in the first place because it's just like, first of all, celebrities ain't shit. Not, I don't think nobody's shit, to be honest with you. But I do think people hold people to so much standard to the point where you see them as like a perfect angel, like, oh, she wouldn't do this, she wouldn't do that. It's like y'all don't know these people, y'all. Like y'all don't know these people. And I'm not saying like it's not okay to be surprised because some things I'll be surprised at too. You wouldn't think this person is this. But when you genuinely don't know that person, a lot of people just see this person as like, oh my gosh, she would never do this, she would never do that. She's such a good person. And then she ends up being the worst person ever, or she ends up doing something bad or whatever. And now all of a sudden she's a bad person. And I don't really believe in that because I don't think just because you do one thing, it makes you such a bad person. Now, let me make this clear. This does not go for a lot of things because I know people who will justify most things and say, well, I did this, but I'm not a bad person. I don't want to contradict myself, but I will say this does not apply to everything. Let's just make that clear because I know some people who will do so many things to you or do such a horrific thing and will claim they are not that to the day they die. And you technically are that. Just to get that out the way. But I do feel like y'all be holding a lot of people to this standard and it don't be meeting y'all standards, so y'all call the person horrible. And I'm not saying on some like Azalea Banks type shit. I feel like that's different because it's been multiple times she has done that. But let's give an example like Jules. Like Jules and Zendaya, or not Zendaya, Rue from Euphoria. Watching the show, it's like, it was cool. Everybody can agree. Like, Jules and Rue's relationship was cool. Everybody wanted them to be, well, I don't know if everybody, but most of the fans of Euphoria wanted them to be together because they were, they were interlinked. They were interlinked. So, and it just got to a point where Jules didn't really, she kept kind of playing with Rue's feelings a little bit. And maybe I do agree that I feel like Rue kind of should have saw the signs of Jules being this person that you can't really, I'm not gonna say not count on, but she is that type of person where she will leave at any inconvenience or she will just leave you. So I do feel as if on Rue's part, she kind of should have known that, but hey, and correct me if I'm wrong here. Just correct me if I'm wrong, because some of these things I don't be remembering on the show like that no more. I mean, y'all, it's been like 3 years, so please just refresh my memory. Don't come at me. But as far as I remember, Jules be leaving Rue like a motherfucker. So let's just stick with that narrative. So I feel like a lot of people hate Jules because she did that one thing, and that was to, kind of leave her and kind of backtrack and say, I do want you, but I don't want you. I do want you, but I don't want you. So she kept leading her on. That's kind of what Jules was kind of doing. And then I think what sealed the cake was, when Rue had the drugs, but it wasn't really her drugs. It was the mafia boss, mafia boss's drugs, and she lost the bitches. And why they found out? Because of Jules' bitch ass. So everybody hated Jules. Well, I feel like everybody kind of hated Jules because she led on Rue, but I think everybody kind of hated her even more when she snitched. And to that I say, I don't hate Jules. I don't I don't hate her. I don't hate her if I'm being so completely honest with you because there's nothing for me to hate on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I've reached this point where I be understanding why people do these certain things to other people. But it's not to say that they're not wrong. I do feel as if there has to be some kind of accountability being taken. But I do feel like just because you do this one thing, a lot of people like to turn this one bad thing into what you do into your whole character. And I feel like that's what a lot of us do. And we ourselves are not perfect. And I'm not saying you can't judge, but I do feel like you guys low key be doing the same things in real life just like other celebrities do. Y'all just don't put it out on the internet because y'all know y'all will be judged, or you guys know that you guys are wrong for this thing, but you guys continue to do it. And even then, if you don't continue to do it, I feel as if y'all be judging a lot, like a lot, a lot. And it's okay to have opinions, but people be y'all just don't be caring. It's just like y'all be doing some things just like these other celebrities. So I don't feel like celebrities or any person to be honest should get held to this standard. And just because you do this one bad thing, it doesn't make you automatically a shitty person. Like even with Jules doing that to Rue, I don't think she's a horrible person. And to be honest, this whole show it doesn't teach you about a good person and a bad person. If we're being honest, 99% of the characters in the show are people. I'm not gonna say they're shitty people. I'm not gonna say they're good people. I'm not even gonna say that they're bad people. They're just people. Like even I could still like a character and not try to perceive them as such this horrible person as if they don't do anything. Like Maddie, for example. I like Maddie. She's cool. I believe she low key has the right to be mad. Not even low key. She has the right to be mad at her best friend for doing that to her. But I think we all have to admit when that whole thing happened with Tyler as to where she had, basically lied on his name. I think that was pretty fucked up. But do I think she's a horrible person for that though? No, I don't think she's a horrible person for that in the show, but I do think it was fucked up for her to do that. Because it was like, why would you lie on him like that? You know what I'm saying? But that's just me personally though. But I think we can see the good and bad. I feel like a lot of people is just like if you see the good and if they do one bad thing, they're just automatically this type of person. And I feel like a lot of people did that with Jules. And I don't hate her. I be understanding her sometimes. Do I think she should have played rude like that? No, I don't think she should have played rude like that, but she not a horrible person. I still think that bitch is cunt. I still think she be serving cut. I still think she cool. I still think she funny. Same thing with Kat before they ruined her character in season 2. I think she a cool type of lady. But some of the things she do like is to where she had left Maddie to go get some D. That was fucked up. That was fucked up. I don't hate her though for it. I don't hate her. And that's just like multiple examples. But if we're talking about like people who genuinely are bad, horrible people like Nate, you can't see the good in Nate. You can't see the good in Nate. You know what I'm saying? Like genuinely you're a fucked person. You're a person, but you're a fucked person. But I don't think people who do certain things are fucked people just because they did a certain bad thing to another person. People can change y'all. Y'all just don't believe in that for whatever reason, and I don't know why. I feel like we love to hate on flawed characters all the time. This whole video is inspired, by the way, by another creator. I'll tag them because I forgot their whole thing, but I saw this video and it was just like we just love to hate on flawed ass individuals when we as people are flawed our damn selves. And it's just like I don't think a person should be crucified for doing one bad thing. That's all I'm saying. Just because, you know, this person is this person is that, doesn't mean they can't do this, they can't do that. Like I saw so many people who were surprised that certain people are this and that, but it's like that's y'all fault for holding so many people to a certain standard when you guys don't know them. Y'all don't be knowing these people. Like, I saw so many people surprised that Nora Smith was like, you know what I'm saying, like a Trumpy or whatever like that. I don't know if she is, but that's what people are saying on the internet. And I see people surprised by that. And I'm not saying you can't get surprised by it, but it's like she cooks in like a soft spoken voice does not mean that she's an angel, y'all. And y'all just love to put the title on people that people are just perfect. They wouldn't do this, they wouldn't do that. My fave wouldn't do this. That's why I don't be fucking with celebrities like that, because I'm just like they people at the end of the day, they gonna do more, they're gonna do fucked up things just like we are gonna do fucked up things. I just feel like people are living in this fake reality or this imagination world where we look at ourselves and we can't handle the fact that we do bad things. But it's like, y'all, we are people for a reason. This is why God gave us the time to apologize to people and take accountability. So it's like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Y'all need to stop doing that because that's unrealistic. But now we're gonna go into cutoff culture with friends. You guys value more of your relationships more than your friendships. I don't think just because that person did this one thing, I don't think you should just cut them off completely. Like, I don't know what happened to friendships, but friendships have died over the past like 4 years. After the pandemic, I don't know what happened, but everybody just hated each other. And it's just like, y'all, we need more peace and love because honestly, and this is just coming from experience, but y'all don't know how to take accountability. That's one. Y'all don't know how to apologize. That's two. Y'all don't even know how to talk to the person or communicate with that person of why you feel like that. And that's a lot of people nowadays. Some of y'all like to take things on the internet too, which I have dealt with for in a friendship before too, where somebody wanted to take so much things to the internet instead of talking to them. Like, girl, what is your followers gonna do? Like, what is your close friends list gonna do? That's not gonna do shit. Like, sometimes I don't like when people take stuff to the internet because like you don't have to take it to the internet for you guys to get closure because that's not how you discuss things. I'm sorry, but that's just not how you discuss things. But my theory is just like, again, like this goes into y'all hold people or your best friend or even your friend to this certain standard that some people just do not meet. And I feel like y'all be expecting niggas to read y'all minds of what's wrong. And y'all, I'm not Doctor Strange. I'm not Raven. I'm not. I don't have fucking I don't know what it's called, but I don't have that, babe. I can't tell you of why you have a problem. You have to talk to people. Like, and if you're watching the video and you're that type of person, please learn from this video that it is okay to talk to people, and it is okay for y'all to revive a friendship or at least it's okay to hold people accountable and it's okay to call a person out if they're doing something wrong. You don't have to stay quiet and take it. And I don't like it because I've dealt with that so many times. Is where like because I had this one situation, for my future videos, I won't ever say a name because that's just messy. That's just gonna start drama as it is. But I will talk about my experiences on here and I will forever do that. So if the shoe fits, it fits. But I had this one person who really didn't talk to me for about a month or so until we got back to school and I was hearing this person had called me weird or whatever. And did I know why she called me weird? No, because the person who said that they called me weird or whatever couldn't even tell me why they called me weird. They don't even know the reason. And it just it just gets to a point. It's just like you know you have a problem, so why not talk to that person? And I feel like a lot of people don't want to communicate their feelings to you. Like some people will genuinely not talk to you because their ego and pride is so damn big. And that is a problem with a lot of friendships, even relationships. That is a huge problem. Like, I don't feel as if we're arguing just to argue. I don't even like arguing in the first place, but even with arguments, I feel like with arguments is now turned into a who won type of situation, or who lost and who won the argument. And that's not what arguments is about. Most arguments, you're supposed to persuade the other person, or you're supposed to be like, hey, you did this to me. And mm, arguments in general, y'all are supposed to both be trying to take over the situation, not let the situation take over y'all to the point where y'all feel as if y'all have to declare a winner for it. That's what a lot of people do. And I don't know why y'all do that. It's where like, well, I won this. Like, what do you get out of it? Even in relationships, like I think we all went through that where like, you know, you kind of just like, well, you did this to me, and then you guys are having a screaming match or whatever, and it's just like, don't do that. Like you have to put down your pride and ego. You have to put that to the side, and you have to apologize. I feel like both of y'all either have to apologize or someone has to take accountability for what they did. Because if y'all don't, it's just gonna y'all just gonna keep going at it all day. Some people dead ass treat their relationships as if y'all are crushes. Like, you know how for a crush you don't want to text a person too damn much or you're gonna make it seem like you're crazy? Why are you scared to text the person that you love multiple times of the day? Because if you're not ready for a woman or a man to text you 24/7, and I'm not saying like text you every single day of what's going on, I'm just saying like even an update. But I do feel as if it's like the start of the relationship and they're like texting you like, hey, 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 like 10 messages, just like, why do y'all not like that? Like, it's not even about clinginess, but I do feel like a lot of people won't text first. It's like, okay, well, I don't want to do too much, so I'm not going to text her first. I'm going to wait until they text so I can text. That is so fucking petty. Just text that person. Like, you know you want to text that person. You know you love them. You know you love your man. You know you love your woman. So just text them first. Put the ego to the side. Stop trying to be all like, I'm higher than this person, or I'm better than this. I'm better than that. You got into the relationship in the first place. So you know what you should do? I think you should love them, or I think you should check up on them. It doesn't hurt to text a person, y'all. And that's with friendships too. Like people will not text you or will just be like, oh, I think she should reach out to me. And that's what happened to me with that one person. Like they didn't like how could you expect a person to know that you feel some type of way if you aren't communicating to them of why you feel like that? And even then when I was like, okay, like I'm cool with this, that person gone to another person. It was like, oh, well, I don't owe her anything. So, oh, this is just a clear reminder. Do not be that person. And if you are, please change your ways with communicating. But who am I to tell another person that I don't think you should cut off this person for this one thing? This is just my experiences. Like I said, who the fuck am I? I did have another situation. Another person, they didn't want to take accountability for what they did. So I was the one apologizing, but I was like, hey, can I get an apology for this? Because I do feel as if you did this and this was wrong for you to do that. And what did they do? They blamed it on me. They blamed everything on me and said it was my fault. Few months later, I was fucking right. Few months later down the line, I was right about so much things. And to that I say, fuck you. I'm not playing. On a real note though, people will literally live, and I mean live, with the fact that they are wrong and will never talk to you again because of their ego and pride. Because it's really that, guys. Like, there's no other explanation. Like, if you need closure, you don't need no damn closure. You don't. And I had to think to myself, like, what is happening? Like, why is nobody doing this? Why is nobody doing that? And that's just because they either don't fuck with you or they think that they're higher. They will always think they're so high to the point where it's like, well, if I lose this friend, it's whatever. If I lose this other friend, it's whatever. It's cool. I don't really need nobody for real. And it's just like, to that I say, let them be. Let that person be if they feel like that. You can't really change another person to how they feel. You can't even tell them to apologize if they don't want to apologize. You can tell them that, but if they don't, then so be it. So fucking be it. That's always been my motto. If I feel as if you being a little whatever like that, I'm gonna communicate to you, and you're gonna have to take it how you want to take it. Cause most of my friendships is been too many damn people who just let it slide, or just like, oh well, I'm not gonna apologize to you because of this. And to that I say, do not let your ego and pride overtake what you have or what you feel for a friendship. If you genuinely like that person, talk to them. Don't just say, oh, I'm not gonna talk to them because they're this, they're that. Oh, I'm not gonna talk to them because they should be talking to me first. People can't read minds, y'all, even in relationships. Or for the ladies out there who feel as if they man, what I'm saying, is doing this, just communicate. It doesn't hurt to communicate. It doesn't hurt to say, hey, you did this. It doesn't hurt to tell them how you feel. Um, it never hurts. It doesn't. Because I don't know why you people, or why some of you guys be risking so much for a 5 year relationship or friendship. I know some people who would dead ass throw away their childhood friendship over one thing. And it's just like, y'all, just communicate. Don't take it so personal, because some things of what people do, sometimes people don't be knowing what the fuck they be doing, and y'all be expecting people to be perfect. And I'm sure y'all are not the brightest of the brightest souls. Y'all are not angels. I don't think nobody like a perfect damn angel. I do believe a lot of people are angels sent from God, but God didn't make us perfect. So, we live and we learn, and that is okay. Don't just take the bad things from another person and just say, she's this, she's that. Unless they keep doing it multiple times, don't, you can't tell another person whether they this or not. Even with the people that I've had experiences with, like, I've come to a point in my life where I don't think they're bad people. Everybody flawed, but it's how people react to you. And you have to take that and say, okay, hey, you did this to me, and you also didn't apologize. Now I'm gonna leave this friendship because why didn't you apologize to me? That's why I feel like the respect. That's why I feel like that's where my respect comes in, because at least you told that person, hey, you did this. And you don't even necessarily have to come at the person aggressive. You know, a lot of people do that. You don't have to come at them aggressive. You don't. You don't. It's not worth it to just yell at them and be like, because when you do that, now it's just like you might be disrespecting them just a little bit. You don't have to come off too crazy, y'all. Think about what they did, reflect on it, and then talk to a person. Because I was one of those people where if you did something, I would automatically be like, Just think. A lot of people don't know how to think before they speak. Think before you speak and articulate your words right before you mess up something that could have been easily solved. Because most things are a miscommunication or it's a misunderstanding. And that is okay. Stop thinking these people are perfect. We are not perfect. Again, that's all I wanted to say though.